gotta be honest with you, the things that I'm doing in this shed. Wait, that sounded a lot like I'm probably out here getting high. That's not what I'm doing at all. I'm kidding. That's not what I'm doing. I'm filming out here, for God's sakes. This is my new studio, and I am having so much fun out here in this shed. Man, I feel like the universe. Didn't he spend a lot of time in a cabin all by himself? I've been watching specials on Netflix. Anyways, enough with the chit chat, folks. What are we doing here today? Joe, we're back in Sharon's she shed. What are we doing? I had this idea the other day. I don't know why. Butt ball naked up in the shower, and I just got to thinking about sitting in a probation office. Folks, you ain't never really lived on the edge unless you've been in a high-speed pursuit or if you ever had to deal with probation. And no matter for what reason that you were on probation, just going to the probation office is a lot like going to a receiving unit in prison, because you're going to be dealing with a mixed consensus of different people. From level 1s to level 5s, dudes who are on probation for check fraud all the way up to attempted or even real deal murder. I was looking like Joe Black right there. Joe Black, Brad Pitt movie back in the day. He was an angel. Joe be hitting you with all the movie trivia. But yeah, going to probation, and no matter what you're on probation for, sitting in a probation office, you are guaranteed to see some wild shit. And again, don't ask me why this idea came to me while I was butt-ball naked up in the shower, but it did. And here today, I want to share with you guys some of the craziest things that I ever saw sitting up in a probation office. A lot of things that I've already shared with you guys dealt with me particularly. You ever had somebody call your probation officer and try to tell them that you was out there doing all sorts of wrong, and then tell you that they want to help you fix it and they're willing to come to probation with you, and you waiting in that lobby and that PO comes walking out to call somebody else, and the whole time that they calling that other person, they just grilling you, hitting you with the stank face? It's like a PB-15 written right there in their eyes. My God. I don't know if it's fate or not, but just looking into your eyes, I can see a violation. Without further ado, folks, I hope that this is a video that you enjoy, and let's go ahead and dive. I tried to hit the Cam Newton / Chip and Dale, but it didn't really work out too well for me. Head first up into this video. And then tried to end it with some gang signs. Epic fail. When I was on probation, I had to actually go report to a PO. You're sitting in the lobby, and it's almost like going through a TSA checkpoint. Now, it didn't used to be like this. I've been dealing with that particular city, Chesapeake, since I was 18 years old. Folks, I am 38, 39, 38. Man, I've been dealing with that city for about almost 2 decades. And when I first started going there, they most certainly didn't have what they now have, and that's metal detectors. You know, you got to get buzzed in to go into the back. And I'm sure that their door was always locked leading from the lobby to get into the back, but now you get buzzed in, you got to go through a metal detector first. They damn near strip you butt-ball naked prior to even getting any kind of access to the back, and I don't know why or what caused that. Was there a situation that took place in that particular probation? Was it something that was like, you know, in another state or another county? Something caused them to put them metal detectors up in there, and I'm quite certain that a lot of other cities, especially bigger cities, definitely got the metal detectors up there. And I can only imagine the crazy shit that they find searching people and sending them through the metal detector prior to allowing them access to the back. Like, I wonder to myself, has there ever been a gun found or a knife? And I'm sure that there has. I don't particularly know, but I'm sure that there has. Anyways, in this particular case, it wasn't none of that. Dude was going through the metal detector. I'm sitting there waiting, and this is something else that'll take place. You're going to be going through this metal detector, getting stripped down damn near until that metal detector stops. And you're going to be doing this right in front of everybody else. Now, a lot of other people ain't going to be paying you no mind, but Joe be nosy sometimes, so I was definitely looking. Maybe I didn't have no minutes on my phone. For whatever reason, I was paying attention to the situation. Dude was getting ready to go through the metal detector. And, you know, they're taking his belt off, he's checking his shoes, and he goes to empty his pockets. And this dude pulled out some sort of a bag of dope right there. You got to be the dumbest MFer to go up into the probation. That's how you know you just ain't got no do-right up in you. Now, I don't know if this dude was getting high or if this was the starter pack or if he was out there getting money. I was sitting too far back to, really key in on this. All I saw was the little corner of the bag he tied off. Couldn't even tell if it was crack, coke, meth, dope. I didn't know what it was. But I knew that it was drugs. When them POs were like, yo, damn, you just brought that up into probation. Violation. Now, let me explain this. When you get a violation, I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. Like if they were to issue a violation because you didn't show up to probation. Let's put it this way. Here in this state, in this area, it takes them a little while for that to actually go through. A couple of days, maybe a day, who knows. It doesn't happen right there on the spot because they got to they got to write up the violation. They got to send it to the court. The court's got to issue the warrant. Something along them lines. There's a procedure, there's a chain of command that all of this has to go through. However, when you F up right there on the spot, a lot of times probation is pretty close to the jail, not in all cases. A lot of times probation could be right there at the jail or regardless if it's 10 miles away. When you F up right there on the spot, them probation officers, they got the power, the authority, and they will call the police on you right then and there. And sure enough, in this particular situation, that's what they did. Now, what makes all of this even crazier is the fact that they pulled his dope right out of his pocket, or he pulls it out. Unbeknownst to him, he forgot about it. Should have left that up in the car. Maybe he took the bus. Pulls it out, boom, he's dead to rights right there. They see it immediately. Yo, what is that? As soon as they start saying, what is that, everybody's paying attention now. And dude just starts stutter stepping, hitting the juke move. Hey, yo, hey, yo, that ain't, hey, yo, that ain't. And as he's doing this, he's working his way back toward the door. Now, mind you, there's a bunch of people in this probation office. Ain't not one person stand up trying to be a good Samaritan offering a citizen's arrest. Dude stutter stepping. Boom. Hey, yo, hey, that ain't my, that's not my, I already hit the door. He was gone. The probation officer went into the back. Next thing you know, a cop comes up in there because they obviously called the cops. And whether dude got that violation right there on the spot, he most certainly had a warrant for his arrest right there on the spot or, shortly thereafter. Craziest damn thing. One of the craziest damn things that I saw sitting in the probation office. Dude brought the pack right up in there with him. I don't know whatever happened to that dude. Because what do you get? Do you get an eluding charge with that as well? I'd be curious to know. And because there's no defense to that. Your Honor, it wasn't my client's. He was set up. Well, why did he run? I really wonder what happened to that dude. Crazy shit. Next thing that I want to share with you guys that I saw take place in the probation office, and I'm surprised that this wasn't me that this happened to, because I know there had to be times when I was right there on the verge of being just like what I'm getting ready to share with you. But this was in relation to taking a test, a urinalysis, right there. I don't know why the air quotes. But taking a test, whether you're at probation or in jail or in prison, that can be the most stress. It's not like taking a urinalysis for a job. 9 times out of 10, when you go to take that urinalysis, you go in there by yourself. When you're going to a lab core or somewhere like I don't know of many places, maybe there are some places where they're going to stand right over your shoulder, where they're going to be getting a piggyback ride from you. Oh, wow. Are you cold? But probation, jail and prison, pretty much all the same, and some can be worse than others, but probation is usually top of the list in terms of how severe they take those urinalyses. Whether you go up into that bathroom and it is floor to ceiling mirrors like some sort of a kinky bedroom, all it's missing is the straps and the swings. I've seen that. Ain't nothing like walking up into a bathroom and feeling like you done walked into a fun house. And you got somebody hanging onto your back. Yeah. I was expecting more, Mr. Guerrero. Whether it's the mirrors, whether it's the double-sided mirrors where you look like you're walking into an interrogation room. Though you could be walking right into that toilet. Here's the toilet. And you guys watching this are sitting right behind that double-sided mirror. Big, dumb window mirror, big as day, right there in front of you. And you know that there's a dude on the other side of that mirror watching you like, I love this job. God, I love this job. Wow. I see a lot of God. You know, I would do this for free. And real quick, disclaimer, I don't want to be making it seem like I'm talking trash about probation officers. There are some good probation officers out there that will work with you and help you continuously and endlessly in an effort to try to avoid seeing you get your dumbass locked back up again. And I say dumbass because some of us, me included, have been just that. When we just can't get it right and we refuse to do so. But then again, you got other POs out there that just, they ain't gonna give, and I don't even want to say that they bad, they're just doing their job. And their job is, if you mess up, to lock you up. They ain't going to give you too many extra chances. This ain't Fortnite. You can't respawn. Wait, you can't do. But not only is it the mirrors or the double-sided mirrors, you could have cameras up in there. You could have one or two other people up in there with you. You could have a crowd of people up in there with you. And you know, if you're anybody who suffers from any type of stage fright, and you might not even think that you do, oh, Joe, you soft as a beep. If you can't go on command, try to go on command when you got a commando standing right to your six. It ain't always easy. And that shit can get stressful. That shit can be intimidating. And I mean, I definitely dealt with my fair share of the stage fright and the PTSD that damn near it feels like that comes from that. But, you know, that is probably sounding super soft. It's true, but soft nonetheless. Anyways, in this one particular case, there was a dude who was dealing with this situation even worse than how I had dealt with this situation. And this dude snapped. I wasn't in the bathroom when this took place, but the bathroom was right there, a door, you know, right there off of the lobby. And all of us just sit there and, you know, you can hear a person using the bathroom. That shit can play on your, it played on my psyche quite a bit. Like, damn, not only I got the POs watching and listening, you know, everybody out here is probably doing the same. Anyways, dude snapped. Obviously, he couldn't go because you could hear him screaming that, I just can't do it! I can't do it with you watching me! This isn't right! I've got rights! This isn't clean! Ding, ding, bing, bing, bing. Through the cup. I don't know if that was an assault on some sort of a law enforcement officer or something along them lines. I don't know if he hit anybody with that, but all of a sudden I know this dude walked right up out of that bathroom and left. And I don't know if he got him a PB-15 from that. I don't know. Hell, he probably wasn't even dirty. But you know, POs probably deal with so much BS in terms of excuses. And you know what? Maybe he was pulling the wool over my eyes as well. Maybe he was dirty as AF. As AF? Maybe he was just a hell of an actor. He was super dirty and he just didn't want to go. Regardless, dude snapped up in that bathroom. Came out that joint cussing. This isn't right how they're doing us. We shouldn't have to do this. Well, we are on probation and most of us are in here for drug charges. So there's that. And he stormed out of there. Just like the guy in the first story. I don't know what happened. I like to believe that, you know, maybe they understood that he was dealing with some shit. Maybe they gave him another chance. And maybe when they did, he came back and took the test in a more comfortable, relaxed situation, and he failed for every drug. Joe, the ending to your story sometimes is sadistic. Sadistic? Another crazy thing that I saw take place up in the probation lobby, the waiting room, was, you know, I'm sitting in there, and you're going to see all sorts of people. Hell, you might even see people that you know. If you've ever been on probation, you've been sitting in that office. If you've ever been locked up and then came home to be on probation, you've sat up in that lobby and seen somebody that you know walk through that door. Might be a friend, might be an enemy. Heard about some dudes get to fighting in the probation office. I didn't see it. I'll share a little bit more with you on that in just a second. But you're going to see all sorts of different people. This one time, you know, I'm sitting in there. I see this dude come in. I knew this dude from being locked up. Didn't know him, but, you know, he comes through the door like, hey, wasn't we at the creek together, though? Hey, we was somewhere. You've been locked up. How many times you been locked up? Sometimes you'll see a guy that comes through there that you think that you know, that looks familiar, and you just can't place him. Maybe that was the case in this particular case. Can't exactly remember for sure. But all I know is this dude was super annoying when he came in there. You would have figured I would have remembered him for being that. But then again, there's a lot of really annoying people while serving time. And, you know, I'm trying to, like, you know, kill the conversation. Abort, eject, get the F out of this yeah, okay. Hey, good luck to you, man. Good to see you. Hope everything's going good. And let me pull up this, what's those kids magazines called? The Highlights. Let me pull up this Highlights magazine and let me do this maze. Oh! I almost got it. Game over. But getting out of this conversation wasn't as easy as just that, because this dude would continue. And what he would continue with was something kind of crazy, but you know, he sat next to me, which I didn't like. I wish I could have moved, but that would have been rude, and I didn't want to get to fighting right there in the probation office. But anyways, he sits next to me and he tries to like whisper to me, "Hey, stick man, hey, you got any of that clean that I can get?" Clean? What the fuck? He's talking about? Is he talking about narcotics? Like, what is this dude talking? That clean? That good? Like, what the world? Yo, what you mean that clean? Man, you know what I'm talking about, man. You ain't got none of that clean piss. I got like $5. You got some clean piss? I'll buy that for $5. If you think about it, it's not as crazy as it sounds. And, you know, I would tell this dude, "Nah, man, I can't help you. I'm just as dirty as you are." And I don't know if I really was or I wasn't, but I wasn't really trying to go through this right then and there with this dude. Like, what the hell was I going to put it in? Nonetheless, this was a really awkward situation because I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? But then I got to thinking about this. Maybe I'm thinking about it more so now in hindsight, but yo, think about this as a business. You post up in front of a probation office like a hot dog stand. "Clean piss for sale, clean piss. I got that clean urine to help you pass your urinalysis and avoid the penitentiary for the 4th time," like some of you would probably end up going there for. Clean piss? What is that worth to a person? What is a person's freedom really worth? God, that sounds sinister, but like most anything else, there's probably a pretty decent market for it, especially at the probation office. There's only one final thing that I want to share with you guys in this video, and before I do so, I want to take a moment and share with you guys some other thoughts that I had while putting the thoughts together for this video. And you know, something else that takes place in a probation office, especially in the waiting room, is a lot of gossip. I'm sure it takes place right in the back as well amongst the POs. I'm sure they be talking shit about you to their staff members at their Christmas and New Year's Eve party. But with gossip is usually drama, and I can't think of a better place outside of a prison or a jail where drama is going to take place than at a probation office, because it's where all of the drama conjoins, where it all comes together, congeals, where it all meets at, where it frequents. So with that, man, wouldn't a probation office be a great idea for a reality show? Just gave away, I just gifted anybody watching this a bazillion-dollar idea right there. Like the first 48 except probation version. What happened when a bunch of cameras get posted up inside of a probation office and urinalysis get handed out? Shit gets real. The real world probation. And then think about the setups that they do. They call people who got warrants Operation Sweepstakes. They call people who got warrants and tell them, "Yo, you just won a prize. You need to come down to the Walmart parking lot to pick it up." And they got the paddy wagon and the jump out boys waiting for you right there, and your dumb ass done fell for it. "Yeah, we got a stimulus check right here for you at the Kmart. If you come on down, you can pick it up." Endless content right there. If not a reality show, definitely needs to be a YouTube channel. I might actually try to pitch it. But with all of that, let me go ahead and share this last thing with you guys. I didn't see this take place, but I heard about this. You know, some dudes getting to fighting in the probation office. Now, if I can remember correctly, I don't remember exactly what this fight was behind, and I'm pretty sure that I heard like a couple of different things, whether it was behind one's BM, the baby mama, a little baby mama drama. "Hey, yo, you was sleeping with my BM? Bung! Bung, 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 bung! Bing! PB-15! Bing, bing, bing! Boom! She don't want you!" Or what would more than likely be my thought as to why people would get to fight and wrecking and get the chairs scooting and the feet squeaking. When you hear that type of noise, I heard it the other day. Where the F was I at? I was in Target and there were some kids acting like kids with their feet squeaking on the floor. And yo, that joint almost made me, hey, that was like a flashback right there. When you hear them feet squeaking on the floor. But anyways, the more likely thing would be, you know, dudes who got beef from being locked up, or a dude who snitched on a dude, or a dude who shot at another dude, or a dude who robbed another dude. I heard, and I didn't see, the many times that I've been to probation, you would imagine I was seeing this a lot more. I saw dudes get to arguing quite a bit up in there. Yo, shut your ass up. You ain't gonna do nothing. We in probation. You don't want to get violated. I'll violate you and so would a PO. Y'all would stick this finger up. I couldn't continue that. I went a little too off the deep end. You would figure a lot more fights would take place at probation. I would have seen a lot of fights. I only heard about this one. Dude's got the fighting right there in the lobby. Not sure who came out to break it up. Somebody had to. I guarantee you it weren't no returning citizens or some ex-cons sitting in that lobby. Maybe it was. And then I think to myself, you know, well, what happened after that? Did they get violated for that? Did that send them back to jail? It probably did. You know, because one thing that is a worst fear of a guy and a gal's when you get released is getting in a fight and somebody pressing charges on you. But when that's your worst fear, wouldn't you just go ahead and press charges on that person? Because you know or think that they're going to press charges on you. So if both parties are pressing charges on each other, like could have been in this particular case, then everybody's getting locked up. Sort it out in court. My thinking on the situation. Folks, I wanted to share this video with you, and again, I hope that this was a video that you guys enjoyed. If it was, please leave a comment and a like letting me know exactly what you thought about this video, and if you saw some crazy stuff take place in a probation office, comment down below and let us all know. I look forward to talking with you guys again real soon, and until then, enjoy life, the free world, never take a moment for granted, and make the most of every day. Peace!